First of all, I was just going to say, had I had the time, I was totally going to come in like all white and zebra and just do this for the whole episode and hold up any vodka but yours, Maloof.
I may live in Seattle, but I always have a sunny disposition.
I know exactly who my friends are, and they're all named Benjamin.
I'm Michelle from the Bronx, and I'm far from a real housewife.
I'm Eric, and I have a dog.
Hey everybody, and welcome to your favorite weekly Bravo TV recap, where we recap your favorite Bravo TV shows. And guess what? I'm back. Did you guys miss me? Because I sure missed all of you. But no worries, I'm here for the rest of the seasons of The Real Housewives of Atlanta and Beverly Hills, which we have to recap for you guys right now. The episodes heading into the finales. And I have some announcements on special guests and surprises for you guys at the end of the show. But more on that later. Let's just get right into it. You know the deal. You can find me over at Twitter. I'm at Reality Recaps.
Hi everyone, welcome to our Bravo recap show. I'm Jeffrey Marks. You can find me on Twitter at JeffMarksTheSpot. Baka!
Hey, it's John Richardson, local Seattle comedian. Love talking about my Bravo shows. Cheers. You can also find me on Twitter at Comedy Jonah.
Hey, it's Michelle from the Bronx. You can find me at You Got Bronx on Twitter.
Michelle, you start Atlanta because I need to think.
Someone's gay?
Walter says he likes younger snatch.
Right. They got to be in their 20s, right?
He said he likes it 24, 30, 26. The rap song is what he said he likes.
36, 24, 36. Only if she's 5'3".
But you know, when the Black Devil was also talking about Walter and how when she was in the shower in Anguilla that he didn't want to touch her or anything. You know, when she's yapping that much, I don't care how pretty you are. You don't want to touch it after a while. It's not good.
She so tried to set it up to where it was all on her. But if you don't have enough, and I will say this as the lesbian, the token lesbian, if you don't have enough to get it to rise, baby, it's on you. It's not on the guy.
Well, it's not helping if he's gay. I mean, let's be real. If he's gay. I don't think he's gay, and I know we have talked this to death, but do we all, am I the only one who doesn't think he's gay?
I don't think he's gay.
No, I think he's very well groomed. He knows what he likes. He's one of those gentlemen that like young
metropolitan. Right? They call them metrosexual, whatever.
Yeah. Metropolitan is a drink.
Whatever.
Cheers. Oh, metrosexual. And even that is an old term for it, I think.
It is. It's very 90s. You know, that whole party, though, is all those black guys are very metrosexually dudes. Like, they're all very well-groomed and organized. And when they were all grouping in a corner, I thought they were going to start sharing beauty secrets or something.
And what am I just making this up? Wasn't there something that Cordell was also into? Yes. Okay, because I was thinking, like, he's the football player. If he's talking to the guy that everybody's saying gay, and now all the husbands know that they're saying he's gay, you would think he would want to distance himself.
Right, because Cordell is would not be down with the gay, absolutely.
No, absolutely not.
He did distance himself in the conversation. If you wound up looking at how he was trying to have the conversation with Walter, he wasn't even saying much. He was just like, yo, you got to handle it. Like, you got to handle it. He didn't give him any real good advice on what to do. And that was him not acknowledging anything that Kenya was saying or even the situation in depth with Walter. Done deal. He's like, I already handled my own stuff. I don't need to dig my stuff up to help you. Bye, I'm out of here. And he runs to Portia.
Right, and I think Portia needs to change her intro line. I have a picture-perfect life, and I do. I don't really think so. I mean, the way that conversation went with the baby and the career with her husband, I mean, really?
And after after everyone was attacking her about it, I didn't think it. Up until this episode, I wasn't buying the whole he was controlling her thing. I thought it was just the edit. Now, this episode, yeah, it's starting to seem more like he's kind of controlling crazy.
Oh, he does. He's totally controlling.
Very what's the word? Megalomaniacal or
Megalomaniac.
Megalomaniac. He's very like. I bet he has a small dick.
What else about Atlanta do we want to talk about?
Candy's house.
Yes, she so downplayed it with the girls. Even I was blown away how low she was keeping everything. Like, we saw it in bits and pieces, but holy crap.
Okay, I didn't think it was that great of a house. I get it. It was big. I like that it was big, but I'm just because we're watching it at the same time as Beverly Hills, I wasn't blown away. Don't get me wrong, Candy, amazing house. I don't think it was like, oh my God.
It didn't push me to the ground and rough me up and ask me what my name is in the morning or anything.
No, but you can see all the work that she did, like when she was first showing it to Kim, and we saw the pool area, and then we saw the pool area now. She did a lot of work, and it looked really good.
Right.
Yeah, it's nice. Lovely house.
Yeah. 2 houses. It's an estate, Jeffrey.
One of these, I'm going to get a house like this one of these days. And you know why? Is because I've come up with a new business product that I'm going to invent. And I don't know why the world hasn't thought of this yet, but watching Phaedra at the party, I am always wondering what the deal is. Like when black people have deodorant under their arm that it's white, shouldn't there be like a black deodorant that like the skin isn't white? Like it's like a black, like a skin tone thing? I don't understand why that hasn't been invented yet, and I think it's my $1 million idea, and I'm going to create it. I'm going to be the queen of black people deodorant.
I don't want to burst your bubble, but boop. I think the reason is the ingredient that makes you not sweat. They can't not make that color. But then there's an invisible solid, so...
Yes, or a musk. A nice musk.
Right. So you're just going to have to not buy the 99-cent store brand deodorant.
So did you just accuse Phaedra of buying dollar store deodorant?
I'm going to accuse Phaedra of being ghetto-ass bitch. Because I don't like Phaedra. And guess what? Miss America, Miss USA, I'm turning around a little bit on her. I'm not hating her so much towards the end of the season. Sorry, John. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't want
Not hating who? What are you talking about?
Oh, well, maybe if you would have followed. I said I don't really hate Phaedra. I don't hate Miss USA Kenya so much towards the end of the season. She is growing on me a little bit.
I think your mind is still on vacation because you haven't been involved. You need to get back involved.
His mouth is still
She's the
open.
Black Devil still. The Black Devil's about to strike again, Eric, and you need to pay attention.
Okay.
Oh, he's getting the dogs out on you, girl.
The dogs are coming out.
Who let the
I'm letting
dogs out? Nene, and we get it. You're on Glee and the new normal. Take a shot every time she says it, because we get it. I get it.
I mean, I kind of like watching her hoof around and do her thing. Like I said, I've always been a Nene fan from beginning to end. And even though I don't really watch Glee anymore or the new normal anymore, I still love that she's a part of something successful like that. So I like her hustling and moving about and moving and shaking and working it up and down. I liked it.
Right. I stopped listening after you said you don't watch Glee.
So I'm really excited to see what Walter and his Bad Girls Club girl, because you know she's sitting there in that chair, his little date. She's got her legs crossed, she's got her arms folded. She ain't talking to nobody. She is putting her hair up. She is greasing herself. She is ready for a fight when Kenny comes down. You watch. That girl is gonna hook and jive like nobody's business. She's gonna be like, "What? Who's a bad girl? On it." Yeah, she's ready to rumble.
I absolutely disagree. I think Kenya is out of there. Kenya took the back door and she's gone. They are not meeting each other.
Yep. She wanted someone to move the other cars so she can get her car out. The tow guy was inside. She was calling for the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't think they're gonna. Now, don't get me wrong. Production's gonna get that shit in there. I'm gonna be like, let's go this way. Look at where the camera crew's oddly going. Gay guy. But I think they're gonna pass in the night. And you know what? It doesn't matter. Because we all love you, Atlanta. Atlanta, you're brilliant. Oh my god, we need to talk about Beverly Hills.
Yay!
I'm switching up my viewpoint. I am just switching up my viewpoint on everybody. I freaking love Yolanda. I hate your husband, but I love you, Yolanda. I love that you're the first character in all these shows, who's giving the shit and calling everybody out, and you don't care, and I love it.
Including Faye. Oh my gosh. Faye looked like a total dildo, not standing there. I'm not moving. I'm not moving.
An over-tan dildo, right?
I'm not an over-tanned dildo that would leave marks on your couch.
Dildo wearing a cheesecloth. Did you see that? What was that? What kind of old maid factory did she get that from? Was she churning butter?
It wasn't Chanel.
Look.
Yes, the Chanel comment. Did you see her eyes flutter for half a second while like Faye tried to come up with something hilarious, and then it didn't really quite. It's like all right, and then it's awkward. But I thought that was hilarious.
By far, the best line of the night was by Brandy, which she said in her confessional, and then up walks Faye Resnick, and she puts her dick on the table. Best line of the entire night. Brandy, I love you.
It is a good line, and I can't help but laugh, only because I love Brandy, and Michelle loves Brandy, and Eric loves Brandy, and John likes her fine. But, like, I do cringe a little bit, only because of, like, I know that would make my transgender friends, like, nuts to hear that. So, and I just don't think Brandy is, like, super, smooth like that. But it is funny. It's the first time that something like that has made me laugh in a long time. I loved Faye's line when she was, like, button herself into the conversation, and she goes, I'm involved with everything as O.J. Simpson's dead wife's friend.
Creepy.
What else are you involved with? You're involved with everything? That's a lot of things to be involved with.
Well, early on at the dinner party, I thought Faye had some things that, I kind of agreed with, that, Brandy had made comments and she had some cruel behavior, and I kind of agreed with that. But boy, Yolanda just made Faye look just terrible. And for her to sit there or stand there and say, I'm not moving. No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not moving. She looked like a fool, a total fool. Yay, Yolanda. I loved it when Yolanda. You got something to say? You want to have coffee? You want to do this? You want to just get in your face? Love it. Love it. Love Yolanda.
Backed her down and just said, stop trash talking. It was one of those great moments. We all wait for it, and then boom, who comes out with it? Yolanda. And everybody else is just sitting back. Kyle's sitting back. Marissa's not saying anything. Adrian isn't even saying anything. And in Yolanda's blog on BravoTV.com, it is now 7 pages long.
So the thing I'm getting sick of seeing is Lisa Vanderpump's house. We saw it all through Vanderpump Rules. We see it all through Beverly Hills. Now we're seeing it on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, God help us.
Well, Jennifer was in the audience, so it was a good thing. So,
Jennifer, Brandy, I can like and love both of you while still not really loving Lisa. I mean, I like her.
When did this turn, this Lisa thing? Was it with Kim in the van in Paris? Is this the turning point?
No, it's been this whole season. I just feel like she's manipulating every single thing that happens and tries to play all innocent. And now next week, when she's all like, here you go, Kyle, you have a chance to defend me again. And then she's just standing there. Get over it, Lisa. Defend your fucking self.
Sometimes
that was my turning point, though, Jeffrey, was Kim.
I'm not really on Team Crazy Kim, but that little scene in the van looked weird. You're absolutely right. I love, what else I love, even though I hate Adrian these days, she can throw a good party. She's got statue people. She's got a lighting design that blows my mind.
People.
We could solve the national debt crisis with the amount of money she put on lighting design alone. I love it. I thought it was pitch perfect, and I wanted to hang out there as long as she wasn't around.
Well, she knew it was her last hurrah on Bravo, so might as well make it be big, because she is not going to be at the finale, which you all talked about last week, or no?
Yes.
Yes, okay, right.
It kind of grossed me out watching him get sprayed. And then I'm sure they had a ladder and a bunch of people boosting him up to get up there. You know, I was like, at the whole party, you're going to make a spectacle of yourself by being up there. Okay.
I didn't know what the purpose was. I didn't get the joke. What was the punchline? Like, I didn't get it.
He didn't have one, and that was it.
He didn't have a tree branch stuck up his butt anymore. It was like him loosening up a little bit and being kind of fun. So I didn't mind it. I actually kind of liked it because I don't like him at all either. I'm happy to see them both go, and in the process, I would like to apply to be the next housewife.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, this is well, first of all, I was just gonna say, had I had the time, I was totally gonna come in like all white and zebra and just do this for the whole episode and hold up any vodka but yours, Maloof. Anyway, yeah, and make it glow. But and comment in the section below and let us all know where you guys stand that are watching. But what do we think? Is the Adrian and Paul split up? Is it as black and white as Paul is just the way we see him all the time? Or do we think it's like both of their faults? Or what do we want to say? I want to say I think Adrian is batshit crazy, but I also think Paul is like fame whore.
I think Brandy hit it on the nose when she was in the limo with Jennifer, and and also with Lisa. Like, it was just a business arrangement. Like, they had problems. There were all these rumors, and maybe now the rumors aren't true. So there you go. That's my viewpoint on Adrian and Paul. But I'm done with them. Thank God. Bye bye.
I think that's what kind of happened too, and he kind of grew into a fame whore with the success of the Housewives of Beverly Hills, and she was just like, he was constantly stealing attention from her. So she just, and I don't think they were having sex, which is why she's dating a younger guy. So I think you got that much money, now you can have it all.
He was so hairy, I don't think they were having sex anyway.
No, I like that.
It's
a good time.
She strikes me as a person who can't have both. Like, she has to have, like, the business and the money and the power. You can't maintain a relationship very well when you have, like, a million. Well, or maybe you can if you have money, and then you can just have everybody do all the work for you.
And they have staff. Okay.
I take it back. It's called a staff. Right. Take it back.
Can we touch base on Marissa outing Brandy's text at the party?
No, we don't need to, because Yolanda was all over it.
Yeah!
But now we're starting to see what a phony Marissa is, right?
Yeah, in fact, if we fast forward, Jennifer says the same thing. She thought that Marissa was a girl's when she heard through Yolanda to Brandy what was said at the party. But I loved how Yolanda, again, said, hey, if you got something to ask her about it, ask her. But instead, they wound up having a little cackling thing, and Yolanda was away from the session, and there was that whole little, she's like this, and she said that, and she said that. And I loved it, but I hated it.
I loved Marissa trying to explain herself, and Yolanda's like, that's not what you said. But that's not how you said it. That's not what you did. But that's not how you said it.
But she would go for somebody and have sex with them, but it's okay, but that's not what the text meant.
And I love how the route of information goes from Adrian Maloof possibly planting a story to Faye Resnick verbally confirming it on camera now. And next thing you know, now people are saying Brandy had sex at the white party, which I absolutely do not believe. Absolutely not. I think that's totally false. And I think there's a little system of anti-Brandiness that's happening. And Adrian's allowed to do it because she has the money and connections to do it, and it's all.
Well, I think Adrian's in the kitchen talking to Chef Bernie, making a salad, going, oh, that Brandy, she had sex at the white party, and then Bernie runs off and gets paid by the tabloids to plant these stories.
Mine's blown. You think that Melissa is crazy. Do we not remember I live in a $5 million house and it's like my husband owns Fox, but it's a shithole, number one.
5 million was mine. But thanks for hitting me with that.
Yeah, okay.
$5 million.
And my mom has to go everywhere with me, and if she doesn't get invited on the trips, she gets pissed. So there's all of that Marissa bullshit happening. And yes, I think the only thing that's annoying me about this show is all of their conversations are planned, and it's so obvious how planned they are in front of the camera that it's starting to be like, dear viewer, you're stupid while you're watching. Like Brandy in the limo being like, oh, let's randomly talk about how they cheated on each other and you could have talked about that later. We get it.
That's all it is.
Backpedaling when she got confronted there too, she was all of a sudden a circus performer, just backpedaling and jumping on donkeys left and right, all over the place, going through hoops. It was fabulous.
I got Marissa's number. When Marissa thought everybody was getting on board with Brandy, then all of a sudden she was BFF with Brandy. Then when the circle jerk of information went around and it got back that everyone doesn't like Brandy anymore, all of a sudden Marissa needs to be on team Adrian and everybody, I mean Lisa and all of them. I mean Adrian. Who do I mean? I don't know who I mean. You get my point.
The thing that drives me crazy about her is to say all these comments about her husband and this and other men. And then when Brandy sends a text like that, to be so shocked is so stupid.
I guess there wasn't any other text that she got from her husband that she can talk about, so she had to talk about the one from Brandy. Love it.
So, Marissa and Fox, that is John Richardson, who's not a fan. The rest of us here love your... No, I don't. I hate your fucking network and Fox News.
Thank you, Eric.
Bye.
Thank you for backing me up. I will never... be a Kyle to you, or you to me. However, that makes sense.
And are we still not thinking that Kim is not using, because this episode, it looked like a wind barely pushed her into that place. And next week, wow.
I don't know. I mean, she's definitely chemically managed in some way. On accident, prescription, non-prescription. I don't know, but there is something coursing through her veins, and it could not even be from this planet. It could be an alien injection, but there is something not right with her.
Chemically managed is absolutely hilarious, Jeffrey.
They need a better team. They need a better team of people because I'm still sticking with the Hiltons are working on managing this.
Kathy needs to increase the Kim budget, right? Get some better people.
Because whoever came up with the water pill story, my water pills were wrong. I was not over it.
I think that she was fine for this episode for what little we got of her. We only got a tiny bit, very, very small bit of her.
Sure, anybody could appear not drunk for 2 seconds.
Yeah, right? Time to refill. It was just a nonchalant thing I wanted to ask. I'm thinking of buying a plane or a castle. I don't know. I know. I'm thinking of buying a submarine. Should I buy a submarine?
I think you should buy a plane. Or I think you shouldn't have this conversation on camera, knowing the rest of America is watching you. Kind of like, here's a jar of jam. I made it myself. It was so middle class.
Oh.
Who did that? Linda or Wendy? Which one did that?
It was what's his name's ex-wife.
David Foster. David Foster.
Oh. No wonder she got divorced. Giving me some homemade marmalade. Give me a break.
Seriously, David Foster, you ain't gonna hear this much, but on your side with that one.
Yeah, Yolanda was a definite upgrade, 100%. She ain't making no homemade marmalade. She's like cooking real stuff. She's organizing. She's color coding things. She's servicing her man.
Is this why Yolanda has a lemon obsession? She needs to outdo the jam wife with a more tart fruit.
Very possible. Good point. Good point. They also make good throwing objects, where jam you can only chuck it so far. So
Oh my gosh. It's so funny. And you know
That was funny.
I bet that marmalade is really delicious. That's the thing. Is I bet it's really good jam jelly marmalade.
I guess we have to ask Jiggy.
Or someone who's middle class and could let us
Or
know.
one of the housekeepers.
Right? I'm sitting here watching in my living room in my good jeans, which are now my bad jeans because they have a hole in the crotch, and I can't afford to buy new jeans. But I'm sitting here listening to people and being entertained by their conversation about buying a plane. It makes me want to get on a plane and disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, planes. Yeah. Yeah.
Will she hire John Travolta is my question.
Who?
Yolanda to fly the plane, even though he has his own Qantas.
I'll say this, if she did hire John Travolta, I know what John Travolta and her husband will be doing.
Okay, he's been on a Qantas hunt for quite some time now.
What a Qantas. What a Qantas.
I bet he is flying it.
Hey, you know, how about when Taylor entered that party? I couldn't think for a second, and I could be wrong, but she looks extremely tanned and stretched in. She kind of reminded me of, I think it's the grandma on Ace Ventura: Pet Detective that I'm thinking of. Like this, like kind of Fort Lauderdale, like old grandma lady, that character. Is that who I'm thinking of? Who am I thinking of?
Are you talking about something happened? What happened to Mary?
That's what it is. There's something about Mary.
There's something about Mary. Something happened.
Yeah, it's the grandma in that. She looks like the grandma in that. And I was like, oh, she's looking really old and like pruny and like, ugh.
She looked good.
Yeah, so did I. I actually, I didn't get grandma. I thought she actually looked good for a change.
She just came back from skiing or something like that when she was away with the kids while they were in Paris or something. So.
Oh, it was
and arrived with 2 gays too, which was fabulous. So.
Yeah, she certainly did.
I think we are ramping up for an amazing season finale of Housewives of Beverly Hills. I cannot wait for it. However, I believe next week we might be having a little special thing. Is this true or not true, John Richardson?
So far, it's 50-50.
Okay, we're going to do that like you answered that it was happening, and that'll be one edit.
It's happening, people. It's happening.
What is happening, John?
Don't do it, John. Don't commit. Don't commit.
In this edit, he's committing.
Don't commit, John.
Okay, here, I'll make you feel better, Michelle. Ready?
No.
So we're gearing up for a super exciting finale of The Real Housewives next week. And speaking of next week, we just might have a special surprise for you guys then, but you'll just have to tune back in then to find out.
What is it? What is it? What is it? I love surprises.
I don't know. Got to tune in next week.
John, you're stuck your tongue in your chickens. John.
Naughty. John is naughty.
Mine's real time.
Oh my gosh, John.
All right.
We're chemically managing ourselves.
John, you so missed your lesbian calling. You're constantly licking things. Stop.
Right?
Why does that have to be a lesbian caller?
My partner says.
Why he did that? Come on.
So my partner
Come on.
says. Start from the
Believe me,
bottom.
there's things that gay people like licked.
I know.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
Thanks so much for watching. Please take the time to vote for me in Joan Rivers' comedy contest, and the link is below. Thanks. Bye.
All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Show from the Bronx. See ya. Bye.
Well, that about wraps up everything for this week. Now, don't forget to follow all of us over on Twitter and check out the all-new YourRealityRecap.com. There is so much going on over there where we recap more than just Bravo shows, because Bravo is not giving us love. No, you guys are. We love you, Bravo. We just want to do more with you, so call me. All right, now, next week, special announcement, we're going to have Jennifer Jimenez. One way or another, we're going to have her, and you're not going to want to miss that. Now, that about wraps up everything for this week. We'll see you guys all next week. Bye for now. Oop, outtakes, because I know you missed them. Bye.
She's going to be like, what? Who's a bad girl? On it. Yeah, she's ready to rumble.
Oh, okay, so, all right. I'm back.
Megalomaniac.
What? Oh, camera's not on me.
Megalomaniac.
And I love it.
Fool. A total fool.
Oh, she's like that, and she's in that, and she's in that. And then,
Go ahead, Michelle.
no, I was going to just say, I kind of like the view of the limo ride. My take on it. And not the
If I'd have known that was a lesbian comment, I would have just overridden you.
Sorry, I'll be right with you guys. Just take a commercial break or something. Gosh, if only we had an advertiser that would support us in some way.
John, more importantly, what is the what animal is being killed over there?
Is this close enough? Is this
I
close?
need to plug in.
Am I crystal enough clear here now?
You're oh, and we've lost John.
Oh, now I scared him away. I got closer, my face got closer, and I scared John
battery.
away.
I think that's what he is.
Special thanks goes to Ben & Jerry's for sponsoring Ice Cream by Bravo, their new flavor, Botox Bonanza.
Just kidding. Allegedly. Don't sue us.